And Tudor FXD, the new Tudor Pelagos FXD is here, and looks really cool. Let's talk about it. First of all, I am Watch Yourself George, or however the hell you want to pronounce my name, and I'm not a watch expert, just a watch nerd, so any comments, queries, please pop them in the comments. Let's get into the video. So, this morning, Tudor released a countdown on their Instagram and their website, and it was like, oh, we're releasing something at 5 o'clock GMT today. That's Greenwich Mean Time for all of you. Well, actually, you're watch nerds, you're gonna know what that means. It's not just a hand on a four-handed watch, okay? GMT is actually a time zone. This new Tudor Pelagos FXD. Well, first of all, the watch blogosphere was going a bit mental. I know Britt Pierce, aka Watch Gringa, aka Kirkland Brand Jenny L, was theorizing a 3 subdial chronograph from Tudor, and I did see people guessing that it was going to be a new FXD, so I guess they're right. So what are the features of this watch? Well, first of all, the FXD name goes back to 2021 when Tudor released their first FXD in collaboration with France's Marine Nationale, their navy. Continuing that, this new FXD is with the US Navy, so different color scheme. Instead of dark blue, it's a bit more blacked out. It's got a really cool strap with it as well. Being a Pelagos, it's of course in titanium, black bezel, unidirectional, and it has its trademark matte black dial as well, with the square hour markers, as well as the snowflake hour hand and the snowflake seconds hand. I really like the snowflake hands. I know some people don't. I think it would be really cool, actually, if they made just like a one-off Tudor diving watch with a Mercedes hand, like the originals, like the Rolexes. It's never going to happen, but we can dream. Dimensions. This watch has dimensions we've sort of come to expect from the FXDs. Same sort of dimensions as all of the Pelagos watches other than the 39. 42mm diameter, 52mm lug to lug, and 12.75mm thick. So actually really nice and slim, I think. That's nice. Interestingly, for the FXD, well, the FXD is actually known for this specific feature. It has fixed spring bars, which is actually really cool. FXD is actually like a short abbreviation for fixed, referring to the spring bars. Did you know that, Terry?
I had no idea.
Yeah, so...
Now I do.
Oh yeah, now you do. Education with George. We educate here. So, this watch is very true to the FXD's original vision. Military-inspired dive watch. This is not, however, an official collaboration with the US military. They didn't have any input on the design, unlike the Marine Nationale one. It's just inspired by the original sort of Tudor submariners that have that military provenance. And yeah, they're dragging up the history. What's really cool, ceramic bezel, as we've come to expect, fully granulated and loomed, very nice. The movement of the watch is one that we've come to expect from the FXD and the normal Tudor Pelagos. It is the MT5602, so Tudor's in-house caliber. Really good movement. Of course, chronometer certified, COSC certified. Obviously automatic, 4 Hz, with a 70-hour power reserve. And it comes at a price, this watch, of $4,150. Strap options. What are the strap options, Terry?
Comes with the NATO strap.
It does come with a NATO strap. It's a self-tightening NATO strap in a really nice olive green with a red stripe. I do wish there was an option for a pin buckle variant, but the self-tightening looks really cool. I really like it. Terry, did I hear complimentary strap?
I think you did.
I did. It comes with how many straps? Two. Yeah, comes with 2 straps, guys. That's really cool. I really like Tudor's like rubber straps, particularly because on the Pelagos they have titanium buckles and stuff. They're just really good, really solid. I like a lot. These new strap variants are really sick, and coupled with the Pelagos, I think it will fly, this watch. I also really prefer the colorway of the straps and the overall package to the normal FXD. I think it's speaks a lot to the military nerd in me. It's a bit more field watchy, actually. I like. So Tudor, what have they said about this watch? Apparently their watches have been used and evaluated by the US Navy since the mid-1950s and officially adopted by the Navy in 1958. Tudor have claimed the new Pelagos is closest to sort of the vintage 60s dive watches, particularly because of that snowflake hour hand. So apparently one very, very cool thing about this watch is whilst it wasn't an official collaboration between the US Navy and Tudor, it's actually a variant of a watch that Tudor made in collaboration with SEAL Team 6 that was available to members of the US Navy SEALs to buy and use in the field. It wasn't issued, it was available only to SEAL Team 6 to buy, and this is a variant of it. So that's very, very cool. We all like Special Forces watches and elite stuff. It makes us feel elite and special, doesn't it? What are my thoughts? So overall, I think the Pelagos, I think I've talked about it in a previous video, but the Pelagos is genuinely one of the best designed and usable tool diving watches on the market. It's such a great full package. Titanium, incredible legibility on that dial and everything. All the straps are great quality. This watch has 200 meters of water resistance. I mean, you can find watches with a lot more water resistance, but Terry, are you feasibly going to use more than 200 meters?
No.
Especially with a screw down crown and everything, you're gonna be good. Tudor tests them to at least 250 meters. You're gonna be good. Maybe you can say it's a bit of a letdown that compared to the normal Pelagos, it's less. The normal 42mm Pelagos being, of course, 500 meters, but 200 meters, you're not losing out. You're never going to use it. Watch nerds like myself love to talk about, oh, it's so waterproof to 300 meters. It doesn't matter. This is a tool watch. It has all the specifications you need. 42mm, maybe a little bit big for a watch I'd look at getting at the moment. But it's a great size, particularly for a military watch. It's going to have great legibility at that size. You maybe don't want it smaller. Strap options, again, they're great. The self-fastening, self-tightening strap is really cool, particularly particularly from a diving usability standpoint. You can put it on over a wetsuit or something, and as you get to depth, obviously things will contract. It'll tighten itself, like some of Tudor's titanium clasps are designed to do. Honestly, I'll be honest, I told this to Terry earlier, I was a little bit disappointed by this announcement. I was genuinely really hoping for a Tudor Ranger, pictured here. Ooh. That wasn't ugly. The Tudor, beautiful case, some really cool strap options. I just hate the dial and the design of the hour hand. Yeah, I was hoping for essentially a Tudor Ranger fixed bezel with like a Pelagos-esque dial, but no. Instead we got this. It's actually really cool. If I'm actually thinking about it, it's essentially what I wanted, with the more neutral military-inspired colours like the greens and the reds, just with the ceramic unidirectional bezel. So, will I be getting one? No, because I very rarely buy watches because I don't have a pile of money. Would I get one if I did have the money? You know what? If I was in the market for a pro-grade diving watch, this is one of the first I'd look at. I think it looks really cool and the colorway suits me. So, Nah. What do you think of Tudor's announcement today? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you in between? Are you gonna buy it? If it's available at some point. Which, I'm sure it will be, although in my shop, we haven't seen any of the Red Bull ones, but given this isn't an official collaboration, sure we'll see some. I hope they're available to buy, and will you be getting one if it is? Let me know in the comments below. I will love to find out and read them. I reply to every comment. One last thing I want you all to remember. It's actually super important. How important is this, Terry?
The most important thing in the world.
It's the most important thing in the world. Like, genuinely, if you forget this, then you will have forgotten it and there's not much I can do. But watch yourselves.